Under the Depths. Written by John Olfried.
Chapter 3. Tito's Vision. Perspective. Josip Broz Tito. The wind howls outside, biting and furious, a reminder of the long, brutal winters during the war. My body, once so powerful and commanding, feels frail, a shadow of what it once was. Yet, inside this room, inside my mind, I still carry the weight of everything I have built. I have led a nation born out of blood and iron, forged in the fires of revolution. But as I sit here, in the silence of my private chambers, I cannot escape the one truth that has begun to haunt me more than anything else. My time is running out. I remember a time when this body was my ally. During the war against the Axis, I led my partisans through mountain passes and forests, evading the Germans and Italians. They feared me. The men followed me. The people believed in me. I rallied the masses not just with words, but with action. Brotherhood and unity, I would tell them, an ideal so fragile in this volatile region. Yet I made it a reality. Yugoslavia was a patchwork of ethnicities, religions, and old resentments, but through sheer will, I held it together. And now, this fragile union is in danger of splintering the moment I am gone. I run my fingers along the arm of my chair, feeling the smooth leather beneath my palm. They've already convinced me, the doctors, the generals, the foreign agents. This Nightshade project they speak of, this genetic manipulation, it's their answer to everything I have spent my life building. The idea that I could be cloned, my leadership immortalized, feels as absurd as it does tempting. Yet, here I sit, contemplating it, knowing that no amount of personal reluctance will stop the inevitable. I look across the room, toward the papers on my desk. The firelight flickers over them, casting long shadows across the documents that will define the future. I once believed that my name alone, my legacy, would be enough to hold this nation together. But I am not naive. I have seen what happens when leaders die and chaos ensues. Stalin's death weakened the Soviet Union. I saw how quickly the struggle for power devoured those closest to him. The cracks in Yugoslavia are already showing. I see it in the eyes of my generals, in the ambitions of the young politicians who circle me like vultures. Nationalism has been stirring in the republics, Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia. They will tear each other apart the moment I'm no longer here to stop them. Only legacy lives forever. I mutter it to myself, a quiet mantra I have held on to. I fought not for power, but for an idea that this country, this fractured land, could stand united. I built this state from nothing. I held the line against Stalin when he tried to pull us into his orbit. I made us independent, playing both East and West against each other, making them bend to my will. But now, without me, will that balance endure? I think of the great battles I've fought, not just with weapons, but with ideals. The liberation of Yugoslavia from the Nazis, the forging of a socialist state that refused to bow to Moscow. I played a delicate game with the Americans and the Soviets, using their rivalry to ensure our survival. And it worked, for a time. But there is no one like me to succeed. No one with the resolve to walk that same tightrope. I glance toward the fire, watching the flames dance. My hand feels heavy as I reach for the pen. The truest liberation is that from fear, I remind myself. It's what I have always believed, what I have instilled in my people. To be free from the fear of external domination, free from the fear of internal division. But now, I wonder if they truly understand, if they ever did. I can still hear the arguments. General Milosevic, Victoria, Bauer. They've all said their piece. Milosevic, ever loyal, sees this project as a way to secure my legacy. Victoria, with her sharp intellect and colder ambitions, sees it as something more, an opportunity to reshape the future. And Bauer? He is pragmatic, almost detached. For him, this is a tool, a means to an end. The Americans, always scheming, always calculating. But I know their game better than they think. Nightshade. It's a clever name. Victoria spoke of the plant with such reverence, as if the symbolism alone could mask the danger of what we're about to do. Poison, she called it, capable of causing hallucinations, bending reality until the victim no longer knows what's real. But for me, the danger isn't in the hallucinations. It's in what happens when we start to believe them ourselves. I built Yugoslavia to be strong, to be independent. Can I trust that this project, this cloning, this manipulation of life, will honor that? Or will it be a hollow imitation, a shadow of what I stood for? My gaze lingers on the papers again. The fire cracks, spitting embers onto the hearth. I think of my people, of what I have given them. Unity, strength, a place in the world where we were once mere pawns. I think of the battles fought, of the thousands who died for this idea, this nation. If I sign not just for myself, but for them, for the workers, the partisans, the families that rely on me to hold this together. The weight of history presses down on my chest. I can feel my breathing growing more labored, my hand trembling slightly as I lift the pen. I know what's at stake. I know what I am doing, but what choice do I have? If I don't act, the country will splinter. The Serbs, Croats, Bosnians, and Albanians will tear each other apart. Everything I have fought for will be undone. I sign the document with a deliberate hand. There is no going back now. This will be my final act, my last battle. Yugoslavia will outlive me. It must. Legacy, I remind myself. Only legacy lives forever.